How should teachers tackle the pernicious problem of cyberbullying? In this programme, we'll be providing you with ideas to raise awareness of the issues and dangers in both primary and secondary school, including examples of how you can use the curriculum to confront the threats posed by cyberbullying. We'll also be taking an overview of where teachers and schools can find help to deal with the problem. The programme's been filmed at 2 schools which have developed internet safety policies with support from the organisations ChildNet and Beat Bullying. A courtroom drama is about to unfold in this PSHE lesson. The accused admits that she filmed a friend dancing at a party and posted the images online. The court must decide if she's also guilty of being a cyberbully. It's a completely fictional scenario that's been created by the pupils themselves, after being asked to consider different forms of cyberbullying.
So can we have some ideas then?
We could try somebody for sending rude text messages.
Rude text messages, that's a good one.
Bullying on chat rooms.
Bullying on chat rooms, yes.
Post a video on an online video library.
On an online video library, that's a really good one, isn't it? Because we're going to have a massive audience. So should we focus on that one? Right, I think the next thing we need to do is allocate our roles. So I want you to all sit around this table here. Getting them to move around in a room is good for a start. Secondly, if they're all sitting together around a table and they're actually thinking about issues and they're bouncing off one another, they're generating ideas and it's sort of scaffolding the learning.
What about the prosecutioner?
She gave no consent to be put on the website, and it isn't a joke to her because she got picked on for one of those posters.
We try to deliver lessons in sort of engaging ways to get them to think about it, to talk about it, to do some personal thinking and learning. And we feel that this is a very good way of helping them to do that, really.
Your charges are that you put an inappropriate video on an online video library of your friend, Sophie. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Good afternoon, Your Honours. My client, Sophie, was a victim of her friend's silly behaviour. It wasn't a joke at all, it was just mean on her, and she got picked on after school. Can I call my first witness, please? Did she know she was going to go online? Did she know that everybody in the whole world could see her dancing?
I think she saw the camera, but I don't think it was a joke. It was mean what she did.
Can the defence present their case now?
It's ridiculous as being labelled as cyberbullying. It was a simple joke. I'd like to call in a witness. Would you like to tell us how you came across the video?
Well, I saw it on the web and it was like the top one there. It was really funny.
So you found it funny? You could see that this was a joke?
Well, yeah, it looked like it from what I saw.
Would you like to have been my client? Would you like to have been laughed at? Would you like to be on an online library?
Actually, if I was that person, I wouldn't really like that, but it was funny.
No more questions.
Although this decision is being made by pupil magistrates, a judge and jury could be appointed in larger classes.
I think she's guilty. I mean, it's not going to harm her, is it? Because she's just doing in the video. She's not the one being bullied about it.
I agree with you.
Okay.
We have come to our decision and we find you guilty.
Schools are being encouraged to highlight issues surrounding cyberbullying in subjects across the curriculum, rather than relying only on opportunities presented by PSHE or citizenship. In this ICT lesson, pupils are being taught how to create storyboards using stories about cyberbullying.
The IT they're using is to create a storyboard using a Word document, creating text boxes to combine pictures and text about the story they're telling. IT is a very good way of getting cyberbullying message across because they can actually show visually how cyberbullying happens, and they can talk about and explore ways it can be resolved. Tell us your story.
A little boy from secondary school has answered lots of questions in his class, and he's got getting bullied on MSN and text messages.
So, you know we're doing cyberbullying. You know we're using drama as a means. So, we're going to create these improvisations.
In drama, meanwhile, pupils are being asked to act out the impact of cyberbullying. It makes them think about the issues, and it helps them stretch their performance skills.
Why do you put those pictures of me on Facebook?
What pictures?
You know what I'm on about.
No, I don't.
Oh, it's great as a drama teacher because we want them to find other techniques to show cyberbullying. There's a group who came up with an idea of this person who's at home in their own room where they're meant to feel saved is actually feeling trapped and haunted by these messages that keep popping up on the social sites.
60, 70,
Such an idiot.
80, you little 90.
You have no idea who's sending them.
No, I don't know what to do.
Better sleep with one eye open, eh?
I don't know what I've done to them.
They've come up with some powerful pieces of drama. Watching them, I actually felt really that my stomach had sunk and it was a horrible situation, but that's exactly what they were meant to recreate because that's exactly how it feels.
I wish there was somebody I could tell.
This primary class is focusing on the different forms and effects of cyberbullying using role play.
I'll give you each a scenario and I want you to spend just a few minutes discussing your role play idea.
Here the teacher guides pupils to particular areas of concern, but then leaves them to think for themselves.
And we could put up mean and nasty pictures of her, maybe edited ones to make her look even worse.
If someone walks home and then they keep getting prank calls, and the first time someone's giggling, and then the next time it could be silence.
Yeah. So we'll start off laughing at the phone because it's the picture.
Because you're being nasty and yeah.
Drama is really effective because it engages the children. It's a really creative way of them learning. They're all involved with it. They have great ideas and it just gives them that insight into cyberbullying. OK, group 2, could you show us your role play, please?
Hey, we should prank call those girls over there.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
If it were to happen to them, they would know what to do, who to tell, and what forms of cyberbullying could take place.
I'm going to get you.
They're coming to get us. What are we going to do?
It's also suggested that role plays could be developed into presentations for the whole school and also for parents.
Look, you've got a message.
Oh yeah, so I have. What does it say? I'm watching you. Be very afraid. We should report this straight away.
It may appear at first as though it's a joke or it's not harming them in any way, but actually, you know, that mental impact, you know, it really can affect children.
Cyber charters are a way of encouraging pupils of any age to think through how they use online and text communication. It's an approach that's especially useful for highlighting the importance of privacy and the dangers of inadvertent cyberbullying. The lesson involves class and group discussion.
You'll notice that you've got a sheet on your tables, and there's 2 questions on that sheet. The first question says, when you're using ICT to communicate with others, what are your rights? And the other one says, what are your responsibilities?
I think it's like one of our rights to be safe and to feel safe and comfortable on the internet.
Any other responsibilities you can think of?
I make sure that we don't put any photos of ourselves.
Tell your parents and what's going on.
Yes, that's right. It's your responsibility to tell your parents what you're using online. That's right. Well done. We're thinking about how they could be exposed to cyberbullying, but also how they might end up being part of cyberbullying by passing on other information.
To respect other people and their property, so like their pictures, like don't send them to other people so it gets all around and everything.
The groups feed back their ideas for the class charter.
What are our rights? What do you think, Skyanne?
It's our right to stay safe on the internet.
Let's put that down.
To not be forced to do anything you don't want to do.
Lovely, thank you.
How our parents have a right to know what's going on.
Now I want you to start thinking about what your responsibilities are.
Keep your personal details locked up and to never give anybody them.
It's your responsibility to tell an adult and see if they can sort it out.
I think it's a good way to get the children really thinking about it, and without doing a focused lesson, they don't really have those kinds of opportunity for discussion and sharing their ideas with other children.
Charters could also form the basis of a cyber contract, which is signed by every pupil. Support for schools and teachers is readily available from groups such as Beat Bullying and ChildNet. We asked ChildNet's education manager to highlight some of the action that can be taken to protect children from cyberbullying.
In terms of resources that teachers can use, there is Safe to Learn that goes into cyberbullying in great detail, what schools can do to prevent cyberbullying, the law that relates to it, and how they can prevent cyberbullying as well. I highly recommend encouraging your pupils to become a little bit more technical, explore the safety features that are available on their favourite services. On the ChildNet KidSmart website, we've got a skills school where pupils, adults, parents or teachers can skill themselves up. They can learn how to block people on MSN. They can also check their privacy settings on social networking sites, so they're not allowing anonymous people onto their accounts. I'd also really encourage teachers to let their pupils know about the new Click Clever, Click Safe code, which is zip it, block it, flag it. The first thing that a teacher needs to do if a child's reported bullying via a mobile phone is to tell them that they've done the right thing in reporting to them in the first instance. Secondly, teachers need to be aware of any policies in place within school if they need to, for example, contact the Child Protection Officer. But what we need to make sure that children do if they're being bullied via a mobile phone is to keep hold of the evidence, so that they've got a record of what's been happening so that they're able to show somebody exactly what's gone on. And of course, perhaps a teacher might recommend that a child reports through to their network provider.
Braden Forest School has been awarded top marks for e-safety after reviewing its policies through an online system designed by the Southwest Grid for Learning.
It's called 360 Safe, and what it's enabled us to do is to really check that all the work that we've been doing across the board with our youngsters, with our parents, with our teachers, really fit the bill. For example, the policies section makes sure that you've got a policy that has been developed with the whole school ownership in mind, so everyone is involved.
You can find more resources via the Teachers TV website, including dramatisations that you could use as lesson starters in both secondary and primary schools.